What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, I'm just going to ask you guys and girls again, and I know I sound like a broken record, but if you haven't done so, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description. I will follow you back, just trying to build those social media websites because, hey, you don't always know when I make a video or go live on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I posted something on Instagram yesterday that showed only 4.7% of my views come from YouTube notifications. That tells you they are not recommending my videos or letting my subscribers know when I make a video or go live. So if you guys could do me a favor, man, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video out, guys. Please share my channel because obviously YouTube's not doing me any favors, and that's why I'm asking you guys to follow me on the other websites, the other social media sites, because at least that way you have a puncher's chance of knowing when I've done something here on YouTube. Anyway, I digress. Joe Judge. What can we say about Joe Judge? I believe after week 3, might have been after week 4. It was right after one of those games. I came out and said I believed in Joe Judge. Joe Judge was my guy. You know, a lot of people will sit here and say, "How do you guys? Why you think so highly of Joe Judge? Why do Giants fans think so highly of Joe Judge? You're 3-7. I mean, you're a terrible team. The Giants aren't any good. You know." But look at it. I mean, we are 3-4. It doesn't sound like actually we're 3-3 in our last 6 games, and we've been competitive in every game this year except for that game against San Francisco. We finally got over the hump, beat the Eagles for 3-2 in this division. I know this division's bad, but these are baby steps. The New York Giants are predicted to do nothing this year, and we still may do nothing. We haven't done anything yet either. The only reason we're even in the fight for this division is because it's really poor. But any Giants fan that looks at this realistically, or if you are not a Giants fan and you're wondering why we feel so highly about Joe Judge, if you notice the way we've played the last 2 seasons under Pat Shermer, the Giants were not competitive in many of their games at all. And if they were, they lost because of bad coaching. I always felt like the Giants underachieved when Shermer was here. There's no doubt about that. Again, they probably weren't supposed to be a great team, but they should have been much better than 9 wins in 2 seasons under him. And I think that players quit on Pat Shermer. I feel like Pat Shermer was too soft, and Pat Shermer did not execute game plans that were built around his player strengths. I say this all the time, that a head coach's job is to build the game plan around your player's strengths. I don't care what coach you are. I don't care if you're the defense coordinator, the line coach, the special teams coach, the head coach, the offensive coordinator. Always build your game plan around your player's strengths. That's what makes them better. That's why I always laughed at this system quarterback thing. Every successful quarterback should be a system quarterback because the head coach should take their strengths and they should build the game plan around their strengths. Why would you build a game plan around your quarterback's weakness? Why would you try to make a quarterback do something that he's no good at doing? Obviously, he'd be set up for failure. You see, I don't think that Pat Shermer and James Betcher and that coaching staff ever did do that. I felt like they just implemented their game plan, the same game plan every week. It didn't matter the opponent. They just wanted to execute their own game plan, whether that was good for our players or not, whether that was good for our opponent or not. Joe Judge doesn't do that. The New York Giants are devoid of talent in a lot of spots. We lost Saquon Barkley right off the rip, game 2, first half. He was done for the year. That's our best player on offense. We came in here with an extremely young offensive line. Free agents that came over this year that Dave Gettleman did a great job of signing, but all these guys came into a new system. They had no training camp. They had no OTAs, no mini camps. Joe Judge took over a disaster. And he comes in here and he had to deal with the whole DeAndre Baker system. Not system. The whole, I can't even think of the damn word I'm trying to say. Situation. My God, I'm losing my mind. He had to deal with the whole DeAndre Baker situation. So I felt like he did a really good job, and he did come out and say that DeAndre Baker will not be a Giant. I know he did the video last night. He's not going to be a Giant. Joe Judge already said, wish him luck. He's gone. He's not going to be a New York Giant. But he had to deal with all of this. And somehow he had this team fighting in every single game. And this team maybe starting to turn a corner. You're starting to see these young linemen develop. Hopefully Daniel Jones can continue on the path of being smart with the football, not trying to play outside of his skill set, which is nice to see. I felt like that game against the Eagles was one of the best games he's ever played as a pro. He made really big throws at really big times, and he was aggressive, and he looked sure of himself. So hopefully that can continue for the rest of the season. Hopefully these linemen can develop and continue to open up these holes. Maybe we're seeing Saquon Barkley's complement and Wayne Gallman next year, because Wayne Gallman has certainly showed out in these games. He runs hard. He's always run hard. He's got a lot of talent. He would be a nice complement to Saquon Barkley. But again, I believe this is the Joe Judge impact of getting the most out of these players. I don't feel like Pat Shurmur did that. I don't feel like Ben McAdoo did that. This is what the best coaches do. Bill Belichick's done it for years in New England. And every time you think New England's dead, they come out and they have a game like they did on Sunday night when they beat the Ravens. People could sit there and say the weather. I always laugh that the Patriots won because of the weather. The Patriots didn't play in the weather. Patriots didn't play when the Patriots had the ball. The rain wasn't pouring down on them. What is that excuse on the weather? Baltimore is not a warm city. Baltimore deals with that type of weather. It's not like they're from Florida or SoCal. Come on, man. But I'm just saying, that's Bill Belichick. That's the Bill Belichick influence. Whenever you think their team is down and out, or you think that they're done, here they come back. That's what the best coaches do. Bill Parcells did it with the Giants. Bill Belichick did it as the defense coordinator with the Giants. The best coaches get the most out of their players. I feel like Joe Judge has gotten the most out of the talent that's here. We're still lacking talent, guys. And again, we're a very young team. But this is what you want to see. This is all we asked for as Giants fans, was to see some improvement. And you're beginning to see that improvement. Now we have 6 games still left in the season. And you want to see them to continue to get better. The big thing is, after the way they lost that first game in Philadelphia, they did not allow it to happen this time around. Like I said in my post game, when the Eagles came out and scored easily to start the second half, you started to think to yourself, myself included, I was guilty of this, saying, oh God, here we go again. And then Daniel Jones and the offense went right down the field with big-time throws and a big-time drive and took the lead back 21-11. That, to me, was big. And I like to see that because, again, I feel like they're playing with more confidence. I feel like guys like Jason Garrett are coaching with more confidence. I feel like Patrick Graham has gotten the most, out of this defense, which is playing way better than I thought they would at this juncture in the season. Giants are only a couple pieces away before they could be a really legitimate team. Get Joe Judge some real talent on here, like a real superstar defensive end, a real superstar wide receiver. Get us Saquon Barkley back, and let's see what he can do with that. That's why we're excited about Joe Judge. That's why New York Giants fans love this guy. He's no nonsense. He's old school, and the best thing about Joe Judge is he's young. A lot of Bill Belichick disciples have failed in the NFL. Okay, Josh McDaniels was a failure. Matt Patricia. The Lions are like, this is a make or break year for Patricia, but he's been terrible with Detroit. Charlie Weiss was a complete and utter failure in the NFL. So this happens. Joe Judge feels like he's completely different. Joe Judge is his own person. Yeah, he took what he learned from Belichick. Yeah, he took what he learned from Saban, but he's not trying to be Belichick. He's not trying to be Saban. He's taking what he's learned from those two great football minds. He's turning it into his own product. And you're starting to see that product get a little better each week. The New York Giants fans should be very high on Joe Judge, and we are, with good reason. Anybody that's wondering outside the Giants fan base why we are, just look at how bad Doug Peterson coaches that Eagles team. Just look at how bad Doug Peterson is there in Philadelphia. Because they actually have talent. And I always said that they won in spite of him. I don't think Doug Peterson's a good coach at all. If Doug Peterson was coaching the Giants, we might not have a win all season. Joe Judge is the man for the job. I love Joe Judge. And that is why Giants fans believe that he is the man of the future and he's the guy that's going to turn this thing around. No nonsense, old school guy, doesn't put up with any crap, doesn't care what you say. Even came out and said, I don't care about the division race. We have to worry about ourselves. Chips fall where they may. And that's a great attitude to have. It's a great attitude to have. Take care of your own business. That's all you can do. Giants can't worry about the Eagles. Giants can't worry about the Cowboys or Washington football team. The New York Giants have to worry about themselves. Just take care of your own business and let the chips fall where they may. You continue to win games, you're going to win this division. It's plain and simple. Continue to execute, continue to get better every week. I think Joe Judge is going to have this team ready to come out of the bye, and I think they're going to beat Cincinnati. I really do. And I think that you're going to see this team improve from here on out the rest of the year, and going into 2021, New York Giants fans are going to have much higher expectations than they did coming into this year for sure. So all I got in this video, guys. Until the next one, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll probably have a Yankee video up a little bit later. I want to talk about DJ LeMahieu a little bit. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace!